Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel guys. In today's session, I am going to discuss with you frequently asked Flutter interview question and answer for freshers candidate. According to Wikipedia, Flutter is an open source user interface software development kit created by Google, and it's used to develop cross-platform applications for Android, iOS, Linux, Mac, Windows, Google Fuchsia, and the web from a single code base. Okay, the beauty of Flutter is single code base. Flutter code is a single code base, and the first version of Flutter was known as codename Sky, run on the Android operating system. So now, without any further delay, let us get started today's session. First question is, what is Flutter? In technical terms, Flutter is a free and open source mobile user interface framework created by Google, and its release in May 2017. It allows you to create a native mobile application. Mobile application means with the help of Flutter, you can create cross-platform application with only one code base. This means that you can use one programming language and one code base to create two different apps for iOS, for Android, and many more operating systems. Okay, now Flutter consists of two important parts. First one, an SDK and software development kit, and second one, a framework. Framework is what? A UI library based on widgets. So main two things in Flutter are SDK and framework. What is SDK? SDK is a collection of tools that are going to help you develop your applications. This includes tools to compile your code into native machine code. Means code for iOS, code for Android. Okay? If अगर आपने Flutter में कोई बेसिक एप्लीकेशन भी डेवलप की है तो वहाँ पर आपने जो फाइल कंटेंट्स देखा होगा Flutter का, वहाँ पर जब आप कोडिंग स्टार्ट करते हैं तभी से एक फाइल iOS के लिए जनरेट होती है एंड एक एंड्रॉयड के लिए जनरेट होती है. गाइस वही टू टाइप्स ऑफ एसडीके होती हैं. iOS कोड का यूज़ आप iOS एप्लीकेशन पब्लिश करने के लिए करते हैं एंड एंड्रॉयड कोड का यूज़ आप एंड्रॉयड एप्लीकेशन पब्लिश करने के लिए करते हैं. सेकेंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इन फ्लटर इज ए फ्रेमवर्क. Framework is a collection of reusable UI elements like buttons, text inputs, sliders, and such types of things that you can personalize for your own needs. Okay, to develop with Flutter, you can use a programming language called Dart. The language was created by Google in October 2011, but it has improved a lot over these past years with Flutter. Okay, so guys, with the help of framework, आप अपने अकॉर्डिंग, अपनी नीड के अकॉर्डिंग, अपनी एप्लीकेशंस के अकॉर्डिंग डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ विजेट्स एंड यूआई एलिमेंट्स एक्सेस करते हैं फ्रेमवर्क के थ्रू, लाइक बटन्स, टेक्स्ट इनपुट, स्लाइड्स एंड सो ऑन. ओके, एंड फ्रेमवर्क को डेवलप करने के लिए, एप्लीकेशन डेवलप करने के लिए जो कोड बेस आप क्रिएट करते हैं, उसके लिए जो आप प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज यूज़ करते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड डार्ट प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. Okay, so guys, it's all about Flutter introduction. Let's move further. Next question, what is Dart programming? Answer. Dart is an open source general purpose object oriented programming language with C style syntax developed by Google in 2011. Okay, the purpose of Dart programming is to create a front-end user interfaces for the web and mobile apps. It's under active development, compiled to native machine code for building mobile apps, inspired by other programming languages such as Java, JavaScript, C Sharp, and is a strongly typed language. Since Dart is a compiled language, so you cannot execute your code directly. Instead, the compiler parses it and transfer it into machine code. Okay, Dart supports most of the common concept of programming languages like classes, interfaces, functions. Unlike other programming languages, Dart languages doesn't support arrays directly. It supports collections, which is used to replicate the data structures such as arrays, generics, and optional typing. Okay, so it's all about Dart programming. Next question, should I learn Dart for Flutter? Very important and pretty simple question. Yes, for Flutter, Dart is mandatory and very necessary. So, it's very necessary to learn Dart language for building Flutter applications. Next question, what is the difference between hot reload and hot restart in Flutter? Guys, Flutter support hot reload and hot restart. So what is the concept behind hot reload and hot restart? Let's see. Hot reload maintains the app state while updating the user interface almost instantaneously. Hot restart, by comparison, takes a little longer because it resets the app state to its initial conditions before updating the user interface. Both of these are faster than doing a full restart, which requires recompiling the app. When making significant changes, you need to stop and restart the app. On rare occasions, you might have to delete the app from your simulator, emulator, or device and reinstall it again. Okay, so this is the difference between hot reload and hot restart. Next question, what do you understand by the stateful and stateless widgets in Flutter? Guys, as you know, Flutter framework is based on widgets, only widgets, a tree of widgets. Okay, two types of widgets exist in Flutter. First one is stateful widgets and second one is stateless widgets. Let's see stateful widgets. A stateful widget has a state information. It's referred to as dynamic because it can change the inner data during the widget lifetime. Widget that allows us to refresh the screen is called a stateful widget. This widget doesn't have a build method and it has create a state method. C, which returns a class that extends the Flutter state class. And the examples of the stateful widgets are checkbox, radio, slider, inkbell, form, and text field, and many more. Now, a stateless widget in Flutter. A stateless widget doesn't have any state information. It remains static throughout its life cycle. The examples of the stateless widgets are text, row, column, container, etc. If the screen or widget contains a static content, it should be a stateless widget. But if you want to change the content, it needs to be a stateful widget. Okay, so this is the difference between a stateful widget and stateless widgets in Flutter. Next question, what are the best editors for Flutter development? Very important question. Flutter development tools allows to make Flutter development faster and thus boosting the developer's workflow. Flutter IDE and tools need some plugins to develop mobile applications, and the plugins helps us to start compiling, code analysis, and Flutter development. Now, the popular IDE for Flutter developments are as follows. Android Studio as the number 1, Visual Studio, IntelliJ IDEA. If you have Mac iOS, so you can use Xcode for Flutter development. Okay, so guys, they all are the very important and popular IDE for Flutter development. Android Studio, Visual Studio, IntelliJ IDE for Windows, and Xcode for Mac users. Okay. Next question, what is the pubspec.yml file in Flutter? Very important file in Flutter development, and it is the project's configuration file that will use a lot during working with the Flutter project. It allows you how your application works, and it also allows us to set the constraints for the app. This file contains, first one, project general settings such as name, description, and version of the project. Okay, second one, Project dependencies. Guys, many developers and used many dependencies according to our application's need. Okay, so these are dependencies are updated in pubspec.yml file in Flutter. Okay, as well as project assets, for example, images, audio, video files, text, and they all are the assets are updated and mentioned in pubspec.yml file during development. Okay, so this is all about pubspec.yml file in Flutter, and it's very important file and very important question. Next question: what are packages and plugins in Flutter? Very important question. A packages is a group of similar types of classes, interfaces, and subpackages. The packages and plugins help us to build the app without having to develop everything from packages. In Flutter, it allows you to import new widgets or functionality into the app. The packages and plugins have a very small distinction. Generally, packages are the new components or the code written in Dart languages, whereas plugins allows more functionality on the device by using the native code. And in the Dart pub file, packages and plugins are both referred to as packages. Okay, so this is all about packages and plugins in Flutter. Next question: what are the advantages of Flutter? Answer: as you know, Flutter is a very popular framework. So first advantage of Flutter is cross-platform development. As the name suggests, Flutter development is for native application development. Cross-platform development feature allows Flutter to write the code once, maintain and code and can run on different platforms. It saves the time, effort and money of the developers. Second advantage of Flutter is faster development because Flutter applications are single code based. The performance of the Flutter application is fast. Flutter compiles the application by using the ARM C library that makes it closer to machine code and gives the app a better native performance. Next advantage is good community. Flutter has good community support where the developers can ask the issues and get the result quickly with the help of internet. Next one, live and hot reloading feature present in Flutter. It makes the app development process extremely fast. This feature allows us to change or update the code or reflected as soon as the alterations are made in the application. Okay, so this is all about advantages of Flutter. Next question: which one is better between Flutter and React Native? A very challenging question. Flutter and React Native are both used to develop the native hybrid app from a single code base. These apps can run on iOS and Android platforms mainly. React Native developed by Facebook, whereas the Flutter framework was first introduced by Google, so both framework has a very good features and community. As well as Flutter uses Dart languages to create applications, whereas React Native uses JavaScript to build the applications. From the developer's point of view, it's very difficult to choose amongst them. Thus, it's very challenging to choose a winner between Flutter and React Native. It's up to you. It's your choice. Flutter or React Native. Okay. Next question. What is the Android and iOS folder in the Flutter project? Very important question. As I already discussed, what is Android folder and what is iOS folder in Flutter? Android folder holds a complete Android project. What is Android folder and what is iOS folder in Flutter? Android folder holds a complete Android project in Flutter project. It's used when you create the Flutter application for Android. When the Flutter code is compiled into the native code, it will get injected into the Android project, so that the result is a native Android applications. For example, When you are using the Android emulator, this Android project is used to build the Android app, which is further deployed to the Android virtual device. Now, iOS folder. iOS folder holds a complete Mac project. It's used when you build the Flutter application for iOS. It's similar to the Android folder, which is used when developing an app Android. When the Flutter code is compiled into the native code, it will get injected into the iOS project so that the result is a native iOS applications. And building a Flutter application for iOS is only possible when you are working on Mac OS and Xcode IDE. Okay. Now next question. What is tween animation in Flutter? Answer. Tween animation is a short form of in-betweening. In a tween animation, it's required to define the start and end point of animation. It means the animation begins with the start value, then goes through a series of intermediate values and finally reaches the end value. It also provides the timeline and curve which defines the time and speed of the transition. The Widget frameworks provides a calculation of how to transition from the start and end point. So it's all about in-betweening animation and tween animation present in Flutter. Next question. Name some popular apps that use Flutter. Answer. Today, many organizations use Flutter for building the app. Some of the most popular apps built on Flutter are as Google Ads. Google Ads application is built in Flutter. Second one, Reflectly. Reflectly app is also built in Flutter. Third one, Alibaba. And other examples are Virch Finance, Coach Yourself. Next one, Tencent and Water Maniac. Okay, so they all are the applications are built in Flutter and built with the help of Flutter. Okay, next question. Name the popular database package used in the Flutter. Answer. The most used and popular database packages used in the Flutter are as first one SQLite database and second one Firebase database. SQLite database it allows to access and manipulate SQLite database in Flutter. Second one Firebase database. Firebase database is a very popular database and it's mainly used in Flutter development. It will enable you to access and manipulate the cloud database. Okay, so they both are the popular database packages used in the Flutter. Next question. Which type of animation allows you to represent real world behavior in Flutter? One line answer of this question is the physical based animation allows you to represent real world behavior in Flutter. Next question. What is the difference between main function and runf functions in Flutter? Answer. We can differentiate the main and runf functions in Flutter as first one. The main function is responsible for starting the program. Without the main function, we cannot write any program on Flutter. Now runf function. Runf function is responsible for returning the widgets that are attached to the screen as a root of the widgets tree and will be rendered on the screen. Okay, so this is the difference between main function and runf function. Next question. What should you use main axis alignment and cross axis alignment? Guys, it's pretty simple question and it's very frequently asked question. Answer is you can use the cross axis alignment and main axis alignment to control how a row and column widgets align its children based on our choice. First one, the rows cross axis will run vertically in this manner. And the rows cross axis will run vertically and the main axis will run horizontally. See the image in this visual representation. This is your main axis. Okay. And here main axis run horizontally in this manner: widget 1, widget 2, widget 3. Okay, and this is your cross axis. Cross axis run vertically. Okay, now next one, the columns cross axis will run horizontally and the main axis will run vertically. In this, see, this is your cross axis. Okay, here visit 1, visit 2 and visit 3. In this, the columns as a cross axis will run horizontally. Okay, this one. And the main axis will run vertically. This is your main axis. Okay, so guys, this is all about main axis alignment and cross axis alignment in Flutter. Next question: what is the difference between sidebox versus container? Answer is, the container in Flutter is a parent widget that can contain multiple child widgets and manage them efficiently through width, height, padding, background color, etc. If we have a widget that needs some background styling, maybe color, shape or size constraints, we may wrap it in a container widget. Okay, now sized box. Sized box widget in Flutter is a box that comes with a specified size. As the name suggests, sized box widget. Unlike container, it doesn't allow us to set color or decoration for the widget. We can only use it for sizing the widget passed as a child. It means it forces its child widget to have a specific width or height. So this is the difference between sized box and container. Next question: what is the stream in Flutter? As the name suggests, sized box widget. Unlike container, it doesn't allow us to set color or decoration for the widget. We can only use it for sizing the widget passed as a child. It means it forces its child widget to have a specific width or height. So this is the difference between sized box and container. Next question: what is the stream in Flutter? Answer is, a stream is a sequence of asynchronous events in Flutter. It provides an asynchronous sequence of data, and it's the same as a pipe where we put some values on the one end, and if we have a listener on the other hand, it will receive that value. This is the main funda behind the stream. We can keep multiple listeners in a stream and all of those will receive the same value when put in the pipeline. And we can process a stream by using the await or listen function from the stream API. It has a way to respond to errors, and as well as we can create streams in many ways, but they can be used in the same way. Okay, so this is all about a stream in Flutter. Next question: explain the different types of streams in Flutter. Answer is, streams can be of two types, which are first one single subscription based stream and second one broadcast streams. What is single subscription streams? Single subscription streams is the most common type of stream that contains a sequence of events which is the parts of a larger whole. It will deliver the events in the correct order and without missing any of them. If any of the events are missing, then the rest of the stream makes no sense. This stream is mainly used to read a file or receive a web request. It will listen once, and if it's listen again, it means missing an initial event. When it starts listening, the data will be fetches and provides in chunks form. Okay, now broadcast streams. Broadcast streams, so it's a type of a stream used for individual messages that can be handled one at a time without the knowledge of the previous events. Okay, it can have multiple listeners to listen simultaneously, and we can listen again after cancelling the previous subscription. This mouse events in a browser is a kind of this particular stream. Okay, so this is all about two types of streams: single subscription streams and broadcast streams. Next question, what is the build method on state and not stateful widgets? Answer. The main reason behind this is that the stateful widget uses a separate state class without building a method inside its body. It means all fields inside a widget are immutable and includes all its subclasses. Immutable means once they are declared, after that they will not change. On the other hand, the stateless widget has its build and associated methods inside its body. It's due to the nature of a stateless widget, which is rendered completely on the screen using the provided information. It also doesn't allow any future changes in its state information. The stateful widget allows us to change the state information during the course of the app. Therefore, if it not suitable for storage in inbuilt method to satisfy widget class conditions where all fields are immutable. This is the main reason to introduce the state class. Here we only need to override the state create state function to attach the defined state with the stateful widget, and then all expected changes happen in a separate class. Okay, this is all about build method on stateful widgets and stateless widgets. Next question, what are the different build models in Flutter? Answer. The Flutter tooling supports three models while compiling the application. These compilation modes can be chosen by depending on where we are in the development cycle. And the name of the modes are first one debug, second one profile, and third one release respectively. The three are the different build modes in Flutter. Next question, why do we need mixins? Answer. Dart language doesn't support multiple inheritance. Thus, to implement a multiple inheritance in Flutter with the help of Dart, we need mixins. Mixins provide a way to write the reusable classes code in multiple class hierarchies. Okay, so this is the main advantage of mixins. Mixin use to create multiple inheritance in Flutter with the help of Dart language. Next question, why we use a ticker in Flutter? Answer is, ticker in Flutter is a refresh rate of our animation. It's a class that sends a single at a regular interval, that is around 60 times per second. We can understand it with our watch, which ticks at regular intervals. At each tick in our watch, ticker provides a callback method with the duration since the first ticks at each second after it was started. Even if the tickers started at different times, it always synchronized automatically. So this is all about ticker in Flutter, and ticker is a refresh rate of our animation in Flutter. Next question. What are the keys in Flutter and when to use it? Answer. Keys in Flutter are used as an identifier for widgets, elements, and semantics nodes. We can use it when a new widget tries to update an existing element. Then its key should be the same as the current widget's key associated with the element. As well as keys should not be different amongst the elements within the same parent, and the subclass of key must be a global key or local key. Keys are useful when we try to manipulate, such as adding, removing, or reordering a collection of widgets of the same type that hold some state in your application. Okay, so it's all about keys in Flutter and when to use it. Next question, what is profile mode and when do you use it? Profile mode used to measure the performance of our applications. In this mode, some debugging ability is maintained to profile your app's performance. This mode is disabled on the emulator and simulator because they are not representative of real performance. We can use the blue command to compile the profile mode in Flutter, that is flutter run 2 times minus sign then profile. Okay, next question. What is release mode and when do you use it? Answer. Release mode allows us to optimize the codes and generate them without any debug data in a fully optimized form. In this mode, many of the application's code will be entirely removed or rewritten. We use this mode when we are ready to release the app and it enables maximum optimization and minimal footprint size of the application. As well as we can use the blue command to compile the release mode. In this mode, many of the application's code will be entirely removed or rewritten. We use this mode when we are ready to release the app and it enables maximum optimization and minimal footprint size of the application. As well as we can use the blue command to compile the release mode, that is flutter run 2 times minus sign then release RELEASE. Okay, next question. What is the difference between Widgets App and Material App? Very important question. First one, Widgets App is used for basic navigation. It includes many foundational widgets together with the widgets library that Flutter used to create the UI of our application. On the other hand, Material App along with the Material library is a layer that is built on the top of Widgets App and its library. It implements material design that provides a unified look and feels to our app on any platform. Okay, next difference is Widgets App class is the base class for Material App class. On the other hand, in Material App, it offers many interesting tools such as navigator or theme for developing the application. Now, next difference. Widgets App wraps several widgets that are required for building the application. On the other hand, Material App wraps several widgets that are required for building material design applications. Okay, next question. What is build context? Answer. Build context in Flutter is the part of the widgets in the element tree so that each widget has its own build context. We mainly use it to get a reference to another widget or theme. For example, if we want to use a material design element, it's required to reference it to the scaffold. We can get it using the scaffold.off in the bracket your context method. Okay, to get a reference to another widget or theme. For example, if we want to use a material design element, it's required to reference it to the scaffold. We can get it using the scaffold.off in the bracket your context method. Okay, next question. What types of tests can you perform in Flutter? Answer. Testing is a very important activity used to verify and validate the application which is bug-free and meets the user requirements. Generally, we can use these three types of tests in Flutter. First test is unit test. Test is single function, method or class. As the name suggests, unit test. Its goal is to ensure the correctness of code under a variety of conditions. And this testing is used for checking the validity of our business logic. Next type of testing is widget test. It tests a single widget. Its goal is to ensure that the widget's UI looks and interacts with other widgets as expected. Okay, next one is integration test. As the name suggests, integration testing, it validates a complete app or a large part of the app. Its goal is to ensure that all the widgets and services work together as expected. And Flutter also provides one additional testing known as a golden test. Its goal is to ensure that you have an image of a widget or a screen and check to see whether the actual widget. As the name suggests, integration testing, it validates a complete app or a large part of the app. Its goal is to ensure that all the widgets and services work together as expected. And Flutter also provides one additional testing known as a golden test. Its goal is to ensure that you have an image of a widget or a screen and check to see whether the actual widget matches it or not. Okay guys, so it's all about Flutter interview question and answer. I hope you liked the video, enjoyed the lecture. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates. If you want any help, if you have any doubt, kindly let me know in comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Take care. And please share this video with your friends. Thank you.